Hey friends, today we are going to paint this lovely painting of different kind of passion fruit flowers, all from a really gorgeous book I have here called Petal. And I'll be using a brush that is quite known for it to be a bit tricky to use. And if this sounds interesting, let's dive right into the video. Okay, so I just want to share with you the supplies and the reference photo that I'll be using for this painting. Firstly, this book is called Petal by an artist called Adriana Picker, and she is actually a digital artist, and she made all these paintings on her iPad, if I'm not wrong, on Procreate. So when I first saw this book long time ago in a bookstore, I fell in love with it because it was just so beautiful. The illustrations were just so gorgeous, the colors, the composition and everything. And I didn't get it right away because I think it was a bit pricey. And also I looked at it and I thought, this is not watercolor. It is not live photographs. It's not really in my style. So will I benefit from a book like this? However, a few years down the road, I found this in my local library, and of course I borrowed it because it was free, I didn't have to pay. And I realized that even though the style is different and it's not photographs, there are just so much I could draw from it in terms of inspiration and references. So yeah, I've been just obsessing with this book lately, and in this painting, in this video, I will be painting passion flowers. So this book is divided into chapters where, you know, she goes through flower by flower. So I will be picking a couple of flowers from the passion fruit flower section. And I don't know if you've seen passion fruit flowers in real life or in photographs. They are insane. They're just crazy and fun and a bit alien-like. They have this just very, very distinctive, quirky, different, like it's got this strange thing sticking out in the middle of it. So anyway, passion fruit flowers is what we'll be painting today. If you're interested in a link to this book, I have an affiliate link in the description below. Please support me by clicking on it if you want to go buy from it. It's only in the US, but it's a really good deal. I love this book. Go check it out. In terms of paper, I will be using my Saunders Waterford 100% cotton, natural white 300 GSM. That's the painting in there. I love this paper. It is really good quality. And for the paints, actually, let me just push this out of the way. I'll be using the Kristy Rice her palette watercolor set. So if you don't know Kristy Rice, she has an amazing YouTube channel. She's a wonderful floral artist and she makes really, really great products. She sent me her paint set and a couple of paintbrushes a couple of months ago, and they are just insane. So high quality, buttery, and the colors in here are just something that I don't usually gravitate, not all of them, but it's really, really great. And I'll be using two of her brushes from her brush set. This is her second brush set, which features a dagger, a 3/4 inch dagger. And if you know Kristy Rice, the dagger brush is her default brush that she paints in. And I think the 1/4 inch dagger is what she uses a lot in her videos, but I'm going to use a 3/4 inch dagger, as well as size 6 cat's tongue, also from her brush set. And all these products can be found in the links in the description below. So let's get right to the painting. All right, for the record, this is the first time I'm actually using this 3/4 inch dagger brush. I'm grabbing the color Fierce, which is a very beautiful scarlety red color from Kristy Rice palette, and I'm creating the first large petals of this passion fruit flower. And I have played around with dagger brushes before, so I'm not that completely inept in trying to get the shapes and the strokes that I am trying to get to. So I actually enjoyed this painting a lot. It didn't feel too awkward for me. But if you've never tried painting with a dagger brush, and there are floppier ones and stiffer ones, and the ones in her set is a stiffer one, which is easier to control, I recommend, you know, just playing around a bit first. And once you get the hang of it, it's actually very satisfying because you get such beautiful petally pointiness in a dagger brush. So I'm also grabbing a bit of that passion color, which is that pink you see at the top row of the palette there, mixing that pink together with the red to create the next passion fruit flower. I'm also varying the hue, varying the value, of each petal, making some more transparent than the others, because that's always a nice touch to do in any kind of watercolor floral painting. So I am using just the edge of that brush to create those fine little lines that come out from the middle of the flower. And then I'm grabbing this color, which is called Tend in her palette. It's a very cool green, almost leaning to like a peacock green. Also a color I don't often use, and I'm using that to just create a bit of the leaves. And I noticed that it's touched a bit of the red, like a bit of red was still in the brush, and created a bit of like a beautiful neutral element into that green. So I'm really enjoying this brush. I'm playing with like thin strokes, fat strokes, and now I've added a bit of growth, which is green gold, into that green to create another green color. And then also dipping into a bit of flow, which is the blue, a very sort of like cobalt blue. And I'm really enjoying how using the two greens and the one blue to create so many different shades of green. And I think I grabbed a bit of that brown, which is called Delve, and it's like a burnt umber. So if you don't have this set, no worries. Use whatever watercolor you have and you can still paint along. I'm just using this set because it's so fun, and the brush that she has that came with it is just a delight, and I'll definitely be using it more and more. So I'm just grabbing some of that brown Delve and creating some vein and shadow lines. Still using the same brush. I've not swapped the brush yet. I am really trying to get used to using the thin side of the brush, and I'm finding it so versatile. Like, at first I was a bit sad that she didn't send me her 1/4 inch dagger, because that's the one that she uses in a lot of her videos. And I'm like, all right, I'll try this fat one. But you know what? I prefer it. I do prefer it now because you've just got more versatility. And I do like to paint big. This is a 9x12 sheet of paper. It's not huge, but already 2 flowers has covered pretty much, half or 3/4 of it. So now I'm grabbing the cat's tongue, size 6 cat's tongue. And I'm going to just add a couple of, using that cat's tongue to, put in more veins. And also, I believe this is the first time I'm trying this cat's tongue, and I actually like how it's similar to a round brush in the sense that it's even on all sides. Dagger is an angle, so it's not even on both sides, so there is a sense of predictability. And I really love the point of these brushes. So I know this video is not exactly a review of the brushes, but I've had them for a while now, and I enjoy how they are a bit stiffer, but they hold so much water still in these brushes. So if you know a little bit about watercolor brushes in general, usually the stiffer they are, like synthetic brush is quite stiff, the less water they hold, and the softer the brush, the more water they hold. But this one seems to be stiff with a lot of control, and yet it still holds a lot of water. I like that so much. So I am using Fearless, which is her neon yellow, together with, I believe this color is called Thrive, which is a more mustardy yellow, to create these other passion fruits. And I really, really like how it turns out. Like, these paints are just so vibrant and buttery. They are, I don't know how to explain, they're just also very predictable, so that I think what's happened to me is that because I'm using a palette with so many different brands, I am finding it sometimes tricky to know the personalities and the qualities and attributes of all my different colors. They're all different. But because hers is obviously just one palette, it is giving me this beautiful sense of reliability that each color is doing pretty much the same. I just love this pink. So this is her passion pink, and it is pretty much opera pink, which I use a lot in my painting. So I'm familiar with it. I love it. And I've just added that really funky passion fruit flower on the top left-hand corner there. Now this is going to be a quick painting. I believe it's just going to be one layer. And you know, some days I have the patience to make a more intricate, multi-layered painting, and some days you just want to go in and be quick and dirty and fast and create something loose and fun. And I think this was really the essence of this painting that I worked on. And to be honest, if you follow me a while now and you've seen how I paint, I don't usually take too long to paint. I'm a fast painter, and after the 20-minute mark, usually I lose a bit of steam. I just can't go on. So I tend to finish most of my paintings, at least one sitting, like one layer, under 20 minutes. That's just how much stamina I have for each session of painting. I am just absolutely loving using this 10 color, which is the cool peacock green. I really need to incorporate this more of a cool green into my paintings. So I am using a very light hue, a light wash of that now. And you know, people say that, oh, you should always paint from light to dark in watercolor, and you absolutely can break this rule if you have enough white space around to add lighter stuff after you put it down. So, you know, all these rules in watercolor, it's subjective, totally subjective. I'm adding, you know, vines and branches to link up all the different flowers, because sometimes if you paint all these separate flowers, you gotta kind of link it up somehow. And I usually use stems and leaves and branches and twigs and vines, that sort of thing. Just adding more detail and wanting to use that blue that I don't think I've used yet. This blue is called Flow. And I love passion fruit flowers. They have different colors and all the different varieties. And yeah, just accenting the painting now, here and there, with a bit of blue. Just taking a moment to assess what else do I need, and maybe that's all I'm going to need. Just adding some final details, a leaf here and there, just to cover up some of the white spaces that might feel uncomfortable. Using your intuition to just go ahead and make whatever you need to do. And that's it. That's the passion flower painting. And there you have it. This is the passion fruit painting. Very quick one, as you can see. I just went for it. It's really loose, it's really bright, and it brought me just so much joy and fun as I painted it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And also sign up for my mailing list, which I have a link in the description below. Once you sign up for my mailing list, you'll get a free PDF called 9 Secrets to Loose Floral. Other than that, thanks for watching. I hope to see you in the next video.